Hello, welcome back to the Escapism Ensemble. Today we're going to carry on our little Cogent campaign. I will allow everyone to introduce themselves accordingly. So starting with the bottom left, as always, one Alix.
I'm Alix, and I am playing Mac, and my mech is named Sparks.
Wonderful, wonderful. M.
Hello, I'm Emily. I'm playing Dottie. My mech is called Gravel.
That leaves only one.
I'm on, and I'm playing Bo with Rodeo.
Lovely, lovely. Where we left off, our party had travelled to a nice little pit stop kind of domain, a little habitat, about 12 hours from where they abandoned some poor unfortunate souls. And
No, we did not abandon. They didn't want to come with us.
fine.
I will stand by that.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Says the betrayer.
Yeah, it's a betrayal.
Betrayal.
Yeah, you all kind of managed to chip together to use your combined survival skills to reach the domain that Dwight had kind of set forth for you all, and you had a bit of a conversation. To be honest, it was quite a calming episode for the most part. You had a chinwag, you divulged some stuff to him, he divulged some stuff to you. One of you was slightly more reserved than the other, and
We also got paid.
you did get
Yes.
paid. You finally got paid. That is important. You met some guards. You established this whole place is the dodgy end of town, personified and encapsulated perfectly on the surface of Mars. You established.
What's the place
that-
called?
It's just called Pit Stop, but there are many pit stops on Mars, and they all have numerical codes. You would have seen on your way in that this one was P1030270.
Yeah, no, I don't remember that.
Yeah. As soon as you saw it, it was like, oh, this is why people call them pit stops. It's because they'd never bothered to name them anything meaningful, unfortunately. They're just kind of little domains that people sometimes live in, and they kind of...
It's where you stop to fill up on supplies and
then-
oxygen before moving on.
Yeah, exactly. You got it. You ain't you ain't sticking around, apart from the
Go to
poor
the bathroom,
souls who do have to stick
get
around.
jerky.
Get some jerky, maybe stop off at the Burger King. You got paid, like you said, yeah, in a small little dive bar in the more underground residential area of
Where we
Pitstop.
are all enjoying some brown.
Yeah, you're
thing.
enjoying some strong brown.
This will make sense later,
Petrol
but is the
barrel
strong
aged.
brown iced?
Is the strong brown iced? Did you say?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
This is not warm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It could-
that was
it could-
kind of my
yeah.
concern.
It's not. Don't worry. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah. You were given cash, which we also established is not the common means of purchasing and selling any number of goods. But Dwight assured you it's because if he gave it directly to you from his account to yours, you would be almost certainly investigated for any number of crimes. And it might
Like
even
setting a
tie
guy
you-
on fire.
Yeah, or it might even tie you back to the whole situation you just left behind, which thankfully for the most part I believe you didn't really leave too much evidence of your involvement, apart from the two guys who know it was you and hired you, but they've assured you that they're not going to grass you up anytime soon, so
It also depends if my gun is legally registered or not, too.
yeah. Oh, I hadn't even considered that. Is your gun
Yeah.
registered?
I assume so, yeah.
Yeah.
I assume there's some registration system because I own a farm.
Alright. Fucking grass
Really?
yourself up, mate, why don't you? Okay.
I
That's a
fully
bonfire.
imagine Bo just like owned the gun. It was like, get off my lawn kind of thing.
I don't know if it's registered in my name, but it is definitely registered.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably gone through a few different names. Well, that's
Yeah.
something for me to consider and figure out in my own time, which is fun.
Registered to the Prince of Wales.
Yeah. I knew it. I knew it. It was him all along. He's...
And then you just hear in the background rodeo.
You kind of had a nice little sit down at the bar after Dwight and his friends made their exit. And as you're sitting there, a group of men, of about 5 of them, in fact, all wearing sort of suits / spacesuit combos similar to that of one Mac, ambles in through the door, already drunk, and you become quite the target quite quickly. Not necessarily because in a violent way, but in a kind of inquisitive manner. One of them, the drunkest of the lot, a bald man, probably about 6'1", so he's one of the taller of the bunch, walks up to you and goes, "That's not standard issue. Where are you from?"
Not around here.
Fascinating. Then I'd like to let you know that, not standard issue, you're sitting in my seat.
That's rough, buddy.
Okay. I realise that maybe after a few beverages, you have not realised that I may be slurring my speech somewhat. You're sitting in my seat.
You sure
And
it's not
I
the
don't
one
see
next
your
to them?
name on it.
Sorry, what did Owen say?
So you sure it's not the one next to them, since you're probably seeing double?
Yeah, I think that one's your seat, right there.
He looks to the right. There is no seat there. Nice
Does he
try.
see it, though?
But I sit here every evening without fail. You're in my seat.
I'm sure we can just move. Like,
Yeah.
this doesn't have
I'm
to...
almost done with my drink, and then we're leaving, so...
No. Come on, up you get. Puts a hand on your shoulder to kind of grab you.
You antagonize the last people, we're going to antagonize these people.
Starts trying to pull you off
Mac's just gonna look at the hand, look up at the guy, and just say, "Don't touch me."
Or what? And he puts another hand on your other shoulder. Come on, get up. It squeezes a little bit.
How hard?
Hard enough that you can tell he's being forceful. The implication is, get up or this is going to start hurting.
Just gonna continue drinking.
Okay. You are going to have to make a grapple check, I believe, or like a contested sort of athletics roll. I'll go with grapple for this guy. You go for athletics. He's drunk, so
Athletics?
this is probably...
1 in athletics.
He's just trying to pull you off the chair. He doesn't seem to really care if it means you end up on the floor.
3 successes.
2 successes.
Just gonna lean forward.
Yeah. He kind of goes to pull you off the chair, and you sit strong enough that you kind of just manage to kind of pull your way away from him a little bit and carry on drinking. And he kind of overestimates and falls backwards onto his arms.
Can Dottie put her hand out to, like, help him up? Yeah.
Yeah. As you pull him back up, he swings for you. He seems to have finally just lost his patience.
For me?
For you, yeah.
What have I
Because you're
done?
there. Because you're there.
Yeah.
Oh!
Everyone.
Hang on, I need to find some dice.
No. Everyone. You know what's coming.
Yep.
I'd say roll initiative, but there isn't really a roll for this thing. So
It's just
let me
based on
know-
your reflex,
let me
right?
know what your reflexes are, and then you can all figure out who goes what.
I think we're all at 0, aren't we?
0!
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good job they're at -1 because they're absolutely bladdered.
Yay!
So choose what order you want to go in. So it's the opposite. So whoever wants to go
Okay.
first goes last, technically, in this first bit.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Do we want to let Dottie go first, since she's closest to the receiving end of the fist?
Well, then
I'd
she
like
would
to
go
dodge
last
the punch,
in the
please.
order. She would
Yeah.
go last in the order. So Bo, me,
That's
her.
yeah. Sounds good.
Okay.
So
I'm just gonna let out an
So it's
exasperated
Dottie.
sigh.
So say things were in the normal order of initiative. It's Dottie, then
Mac, then
Then
Bo.
Mac.
Yeah. Yeah.
then Bo.
Bo's just sitting there like, ah.
Everyone, roll me a combat roll. Assuming you want to, like, roll combat. You don't have to, but it would be wise to.
Is a dodge
you're
counted
after-
as combat?
You're technically after them, so I'm going to tell you what they're going to do first, and then you can decide what you want to do, and then we'll roll
Okay.
as normal. Sorry, I'm still trying to wrap my head around
Okay.
this slightly weird
Yeah, doing it backwards.
backwards sort of thing, but backwards, but then forwards. It's very strange. The guy you're picking up is absolutely swinging for you, and you can see it coming. He's not exactly quick. He kind of you help him up to his feet almost, and then as he's getting right up, he just goes to sort of, it's more of a punch, like a shove sort of thing, than it is a full-blown punch.
He's not like wildly swinging like
No.
that. He's just.
One of his mates looks like they're about to grab for Bo and pull him off the chair. Like, it looks like they're keen to just get you out of the seats more than anything at this point. So that's 2 of them, and the other 3 are trying to order drinks.
Fair.
They're not too fussed about standing, but they are noticing what's about to happen, and they seem like they may change their minds depending on how this next bit goes. So, Dottie.
If I see the punch coming, I'd like to dodge the punch, please.
Okay. Yep.
Maybe not a dodge, but if I can see it coming, I just want to like kind of grab his arm,
Put him in
Just
a lock.
pull him forward.
just like knock his hand away, and just like knock his hand away, like deflect, if anything.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Or is that more annoying to look
Bad
at?
drunk. Bad
They're
drunk.
both
You need
equally
nice
annoying,
hands.
but don't worry. Cool. Okay. What is Mac gonna do in this scenario?
So one guy, the guy is swinging from Dottie, and then the other guy is looking like he's heading for Bo, and then everyone else is at the bar.
Yeah.
What are the chairs made out of?
Metal.
Bit extreme. For now. I'm going to just take my glass of probably empty brown now, and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna just throw it at the guy going for Bo.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, cool. Right, and Bo, what are you going to do in this scenario?
So first of all, we'll have to pay them for 2 glasses because I was just going to throw mine up in the air with the intent to get him to look at it. And then kind of, I would like to go for a punt, like an elbow or a hit,
Yeah,
if
that's
I
fine.
can.
You can, like, headbutt backwards because you can feel his
Yeah.
hands, like, slowly clamp down on your shoulders by the time you can just sort of crack. Right, everyone roll your combat rolls appropriately.
So mine would.
What's that again?
It is your base 3, both of your stats,
Yep.
and then if you're using a weapon, whatever stats are incurred as a result of that. So some have like +2, +3, and all that lot. You're in melee. I believe I will allow a glass to being thrown to count as a weapon in this scenario. So it's just a flat like 3 plus your base 2. So you're 5 dice for you, I believe.
I should have thought about
Oh,
that. I was
dice
going to use a
roll.
destiny point before I rolled this.
3 successes.
Just the 1.
3 for me.
3 and 1, yeah? Well, they are drunk, so they're not really getting to roll too much. So this could... big boy, this big bulk boy who's kind of trying to clamp down on you has rolled 3 successes against Owen, against Bo.
Okay.
So you do incur he does get a level 1 victory on you. So he's going to sort of try and enter into close combat with you using his victory point, which just means he can kind of grab you and hopefully pull you off properly. Alright, let's get this guy sorted. Oh my god.
Doesn't take into account the glass coming for his head.
Like the glass, it's almost negligible because you could still technically engage with multiple people at the same time. He unfortunately kind of takes it on the head, but it sort of bothers him more than it injures him. Oh god.
Just
the guy
the
who's
point.
trying to swing for you, he tries to swing, and you just sort of manage to sort of sidestep and shove him, and he kind of falls into the bar and kind of cracks his head on the side of the bar instead. You've incurred an injury on him too.
Oh god.
You get a level 2 victory, so it's up
I
to you how
didn't need that.
It's alright. You can either you can give him a medium injury, So he'd have minus 2d6 to any sort of rolls he's going, and he may need to recover from that down the line. You can disarm him if he had a weapon, that would be great. Or any lower outcome, which means you can stagger him, you can,
Can I
minor
like
injury.
concuss him and stagger him?
Yep, that's fine. So you
He's
kind
just
of,
laying on the
as
bar
part
like
of that,
A
when
minor
he-
concussion.
yeah, so he kind of cracks his head temporarily and is lying on the floor like, ugh.
Yeah, so he's not like bleeding or anything. He's just like walloped
Yeah,
his head
it's
really
more of
hard,
a-
and
a
he's a bit
strong-
dazed and confused.
Thud. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
so only one of them is enough to match like all of you for like. The guy who got the good old Bo manages to kind of take the like whole thing quite in his stead. No, none of them are able to really do anything at this point. You've cracked the head. He's kind of injured. He's got glass sticking out of the side of his head, but he's not properly feeling particularly bitter about it. You can see that the guy you've concussed is not going to get back up.
He's just laying there going,
He's
"My
accepting
hand."
it. Yeah, he's like trying. This turn, at least, he is not getting back up. He is staying on the floor. He sees no reason to get up and try and fight this person in any meaningful way. You just sidestepped him and made him look like an idiot, and he's like clearly dressed in some sort of like either he's a mercenary, a semi-professional soldier or something. He just happens to be very drunk, but you've made him look like an idiot, so he's not going to
He
risk
plainly
it.
shouldn't have gotten taken out by somebody with smart slacks and then. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So the big boy, big bald guy, who's like at least a solid 6'3", he's gonna turn his attention towards Smack at this point, because as far as he's concerned, he's actually kind of injured Bo enough that he feels like he's gonna turn his attention to someone who just threw a glass at him. Doesn't mean that he won't.
This
be
guy's
able to
about
fight.
a foot taller
Obviously,
than Mac.
Yeah. Obviously, it doesn't mean he won't be able to engage, because he can still fight all three of you at once if he wanted to still, in some form or another. But he's focusing his attention squarely on Mac now. You can see he's kind of clenching his fist and getting ready to like just actually swing for you properly this time. Mm-hmm. And that means, Bo, you're technically first in this, and I got it wrong the first time, so you get to decide what you're doing. Then Mac gets to decide, then Dottie, and then we play it back the other way.
The slightly drunk Mac.
Yeah. Completely fucked it in the first round, but I'm getting there. I'm understanding combat as time goes on.
Yeah.
So, Bo, what do you want to do? This guy's just like, you've gone to swing back and headbutt him, and instead he's basically just like headbutted the back of your head and hurt you more than you would have hurt him.
Can the chairs be picked up?
Oh yeah, they're not pinned down.
Yeah, since I haven't exactly been having the best day with having to all yell at an old man, I'm just going to pick up a chair and swing that.
Yep. I will say that's
Just
armed.
skipping the pretense.
Yeah, you are definitely, I would consider that like a weapon of some sort.
Weapons.
It's called
modifiers.
blowing off steam.
I will say this probably qualifies as kind of a large weapon, actually, because it's about the same size
It's like an axe or a two-handed weapon.
It's a chair, yeah.
So you're going to add 2d6
Especially if it's metal.
to your roll using this.
What do I roll it with?
So it's still your base 3 and then the 2, but you minus 1. So 4 dice plus the 2d6. So 6 in total.
6 in total.
Yeah, because weapons sometimes have their own extra boost to the number of dice you get to roll. That's why sometimes it's good to use a weapon, even if it is improvised.
I'm just not having it today. 2.
2 successes, yeah?
Oh,
I will keep that number in mind because I will need that after the fact. I was meant to carry on and get what Mac and Dottie wanted to do, and then we were going to go ask back down
And then
here.
we were gonna roll.
Yeah. Mac, what's your plan? You can
So
see
he's starting to swing at me now, right?
he's definitely starting to swing at you, yeah.
I want to grab his arm.
And you
just
can see that
yank him
Bo.
forward.
You can see that whilst he's swinging for you and he's turned his back on Bo, Bo's just picked up a chair and is starting to bring it down from behind. So sorry, what did you want to do?
I'm gonna grab his hand, very similar to what Dottie did, except I'm just gonna grab his hand and like keep a hold of it, and then just spin him. And
Okay,
just
yeah.
floor him.
So you don't really, obviously, because the way if you get victories, then you can start applying things like tripping him up and stuff. So it's what you try and do and what you actually succeed at doing are different, I guess, based on the number of successes you have against this guy, which could come into play. Dottie, what's your plan? You can see the guy that you've just like concussed is still rolling around on the floor. And his mates are just starting to look like this next round. You reckon they're probably going to start getting involved because they're just like, oh, you fucking idiot.
You've embarrassed yourself. You've embarrassed us. Now we have to fix it.
You can
I
see
guess,
that Bo is about
seeing
to
that Bo and
swing
Mac are going after the same guy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my eye on the three at the bar. And do I have my pickaxe with me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it out, and I'm not gonna do anything with it. I'm just gonna hold it.
Okay.
And for reference, it's a pickaxe that has a chisel end and like a blunt end, so I can use it as like a stabby or a hitty thing.
Okay.
So she's just gonna get a pickaxe out and be like, "It's fine."
The clearly non-threatening Dottie is going to stand there and be threatening. Got it.
Right.
She's gonna try her best.
So,
She's never been in a bar fight before. She doesn't know what the etiquette is.
I'm going to say it's persuasion. You're going to have to roll persuasion for me on this occasion because you're not really rolling a combat roll.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like get them to not join in.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Would I get to add my grapple to my roll?
You probably will. We'll figure that out in a moment.
Okay.
What did you get?
Fucking 4, my dude.
4. Okay. Yeah.
Fucking 4.
I'm getting all of those rolls.
The
Yeah.
the guys kind of look at you, look at the guy on the floor, look at the one who's about to get his head caved in as it kind of is about to happen. One of them has their hand on his gun, and he's just like, you know what? Fuck it. Have another drink. Mac, it's you and this guy left.
I will get my base 3, and then do I get to add my intelligence? It's
Base 3, your intelligence and your strength, if you've got those two stats. So it's...
and then my
It's
grapple.
called base 3, but unless something's impeding one of the other two stats, you always have technically a base 5, I guess.
Okay, and then I get to add my grapple?
Yeah, sure. On this occasion, sure. Yeah, because that's what you're trying to do, isn't it? You're trying to...
Yeah, I'm specifically trying to grapple him. Okay.
That's fine, yeah. I'm sure there's some rules about certain ways of grappling. or
3
whatever, but I'm not
successes.
3 successes. Okay. That guy ain't got anything going for his favour. Bo, roll your dice as well, because you're swinging, aren't you? Did you get 2?
I
is it?
got 2, yeah.
Yeah. He didn't get any. So you get a level 2 victory over this guy. So you can disarm him, you can give him a medium injury, you can stagger him, you can give him all sorts. It's up to you. There's a table on the Cogent thing if you want to look at it, if you need it.
There's a table on the guy's face.
Yeah. I think I'll stagger him.
You want to stagger him, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine. So he has a -2 for the next round. You grab him and you grapple him. So sort of like you manage to grab him, and as you grab him, Bo's chair follows about like a second later because he can't get out of the way. So you kind of grab him, hold him in the way, and he just gets this metal chair over his head, and he kind of sways a little bit. Can I have another intimidation roll from persuasion from each
From
of
me?
you at this point, I guess? Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Because
All of us.
I feel like you may have made a point.
3.
3.
1.
1.
So he.
Why is Dottie the most intimidating?
This dazed guy is like kind of regaining sort of composure and is like standing looking at you. He seems to be doing better than his mate who's still on the floor. And he looks over his shoulder at Bo and then at Mac, and then sees as he looks over at Dottie, who looks over her shoulder at him holding a pickaxe, and he's like, okay. And then he looks at the fact his friends haven't joined in, and he's realizing very quickly, you know what? He started this, he can finish it. Can I have another drink? My head's fucking sore. Would you like a round?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And the guy on the floor gets back up finally and looks at Mac and is like, alright, come on.
I'm gonna kick the chair at him.
Yep. Roll a combat roll versus him then. He's still dazed.
Here's your chair.
Oh god. Fuck. He's got 1 success. Even. So you kick the chair at him and he like manages to like catch it and just chucks it at the floor and is like, oh, you're gonna regret this. Are either of you gonna interrupt?
You just broke it over someone's head.
I
Well,
was
throw what's left.
either that or I'm right next to him with a pickaxe. Can I just like clock him in the chin with it? Like just
Roll a combat roll versus him. Let's keep this a simple
Yeah.
situation.
and I'm still minus a dice from
Yeah,
having
but
a sore
he's-
shoulder.
He's suffering all sorts of problems right now.
I'm just gonna point out this
Oh,
is
yeah.
not going how I expected it.
No? Did you think you would get like mullered?
No, I was actually expecting Dottie and Bo to pull back out. Just like drag her out of the bar.
I'm just annoyed.
I got
I'm
2.
salty.
You got 2.
2.
He has 1, so you do technically get a
Ah!
victory over him. What do you want to do?
I'm just like,
Stagger him?
oi! Get back down! On the floor!
Yeah. You clock him
Who told you to get up?
right on the jaw, and he staggers again and falls backwards into the bar. And the bar staff comes out and is like, okay. Well, could you just don't use any firearms? Could you stay down, please?
Is he out cold
for a
or is he
minute.
just...
Can I get another drink?
He's not unconscious. He's definitely like in and out. He's kind of like, all right. And he tries to get back up, and he leans on 2 stools near him, and gets back down. And he's like, never mind. And then you just hear after about 30 seconds a faint.
This is for my own pettiness, so I'm going to put 50 on the table and ask for some ice water.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to put his hand in the ice water and just get people to leave him.
Savage, but yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's just the small things to make me feel better after this day.
No one
Max
stops
just
you.
gonna be sitting there. I'm just gonna sit there and talk to the other 3 who just chilled at the bar and just be like, so where
Yeah.
you guys work?
This guy goes, oh, we're... well, it's his stag evening.
Sucks for him.
We work
Well-
as mercenaries more often than not. So
Yeah.
it's rare that someone gets a wife in this sort of profession. But
Fair enough. It's rare
you
that
should
they
see
live
his
long
wife.
enough.
You should see his wife.
I was
If
going to
you-
ask what
if
the
she
wife is like.
If she was here, would have been different. I'd have jumped on that chance to join in because we'd probably actually won that fight. But I'm not fighting someone
that's-
with a pickaxe.
That's fair.
Yeah, fair.
It's just reasonable.
Yeah. He started
Well,
it.
I
so
hope,
it's all right. He'll wake up later. We'll get him some more drinks, and he'll be fine.
Well, you're not supposed to remember your stag night, so.
He definitely won't. And I hope not to either. And he puts like a card on the table, the bar in front of you, and another round of drinks comes in.
What jobs have you done recently? Are
Um,
you allowed to talk about it?
I would prefer not to talk about it because it seems like every time I do, I end up in trouble. Plus, he's the
Know
boss.
of any
and-
work taking anyone out towards Whitby?
Not that none.
Or anything.
I mean, there's some near Albemon's itself, right in the centre. I heard a guy, a skimmer, had some jobs available.
I think it's time for us to go home, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the evening's only just begun. You've only just knocked out the first guy. We can keep going. We can have a few more pints and a bus stop. I'm happy to carry on if you want.
Max, like,
It's been
We'll
a
do
long
another
day.
round, and then we need to start heading off. It's been a long day
hmm
for us.
Long? It's only 11. Or what passes for 11 anyway.
It's okay. We'll another round on us, and then we're gonna tap out.
Boring. 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 They throw down for the last round as well. They're like, there you go, we covered it. And these 2 of them start kind of slouching in the stool. One of them falls asleep on the bar. And
standing up, and he's just like,
the bald guy, who's the one you've kind of been talking to as
Beating
well,
up.
is like, every time, I'm always the last standing. Every time.
They're like twice as big as the rest of them.
I mean, so?
It's just not good. So then that guy who's asleep, I want to put his hand in ice water too because I'm being petty.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm all over it. He
the
didn't-
guy who's got part of like a glass in his head.
Yeah. One of them gets out like
do
a
you have,
permanent
like, a bus-
marker of some sort
Business
and
card?
just goes over to the the guy lying down who's unconscious and starts drawing a dick on his forehead. I had to.
Do you have a business card?
Do we have a business card? Shit.
Yeah.
fuck. Where do we put the bit? Who has the cards? Hang on. He goes over to reach around in the guy's pockets, and he's like, "This is not how I planned on spending this evening." Oh, nope, that's not the card. Found it. There you go.
Thanks.
It's not just us 5. There's normally more, but the other ones are doing a job at the moment. We took the night off.
Okay.
If you need something blowing up,
Well,
we could probably do it. I don't know.
I think we'll be fine for now. I just thought of something. I don't know if it's to drink or not, but is what's his name still attached to the hand?
They just left backs tied
Yeah,
to
his back's just still attached to the hand.
Dwight and Wallace are like, now's a perfect time to ditch him forever if we want to. No. You will have no way of knowing until you get back to your mouse.
Okay.
So one of the things you did need to consider was the fact that you do need oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of food as well, and some other
Yeah.
supplies, because you're at least like a day or so away from where you need to get, and you think you probably have maybe 8 hours worth of potable oxygen.
Potable oxygen?
What do you want to do? There's lots of
Yes.
people, there's all sorts of skimmers. It's really a matter of what you're looking
barkeep.
for. Yep.
Can I ask the barkeep? Where's the best place to get oxygen around here? That had that high quality O2.
Some of that sweet O2, eh?
Yep.
I would recommend any number of skimmers. Check your prices, maybe shop around.
Utterly unhelpful. Thank you.
The marketplace upstairs, there's loads of them.
Where everything is
Thank
sold.
you.
That's like asking, where do I where do I shop? Oh, I don't know, at the shop.
Fair.
All right. Bye.
Pretty fucking dumb for a smart person.
Yeah, you're pretty dumb for a dumb person.
Not the
Ayo!
worst. Not the worst burn I've heard in this bar.
You don't need a napkin. You just got served.
Oh my god! if you're going to leave, can you leave already? You're like halfway out the door, throwing abuse back.
Mac is basically just kind of
Yeah.
looking at her glass and is
At
like,
some point, like
Do I
maybe
want
somewhere between the first and the second round, the music choice went from like pounding rave music to like country, but like
Ugh.
Mars country folk.
What is
okay, no,
Mars
that
country
that
music
gets
sound
Mac
like,
right
I
out.
wonder?
Yeah.
But Trump being kidnapped by aliens.
What do you imagine Mars country folk music sounds like?
A lot
If
of
it's
alien
anything
theft.
like country, then it's bad enough. So bye.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you do.
I imagine it's like country, but it's like synthesized.
Yeah,
It's like they don't
I'll
have any
allow
like actual instruments.
that works. I like that. That tracks.
And a lot of banjo.
Yep.
Still.
My Cybertruck ran off with my wife. That's the one. That's the bop. Sign it. Send it
That's the one.
straight to the record labels. You finally leave. It still smells horrible, and you can hear as you head like back towards the marketplace, assuming that's where you want to go. As you head towards the stairs up out, you can hear that familiar like rain pattering on the steps, and that kind of trickles down in a little bit of a waterfall sort of situation, and then goes straight down some drains. You think that water probably gets reused?
Probably.
Hopefully filtered.
Matt, I still have no idea, like, not used to rain at all.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
It's basically like they got sprinklers installed at the top of the dome, and it's just...
I assume we had something similar on the farm.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh god, yeah.
I
absolutely.
just feel the need to point out, drunk Mac is now just standing, staring at the sky with her mouth open.
Well, at least
Someone else.
at least she's staying hydrated.
It's hard to say what would work best for like investigating in this scenario. Kind of figuring out who might have the best deals and all that stuff. Persuasion or survival? It's a social thing. Persuasion. Whoever wants to try and focus on finding a decent deal, roll persuasion.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're actually having good rolls.
I mean, I'm absolutely gonna give it a try. Mac is just,
I got one.
One success.
let's see.
I'm not very good at negotiating, apparently.
3.
Nice.
2.
2. Nice.
You used all your good rolls in the
yeah.
combat.
Dottie, unfortunately, when it comes to negotiating the finer deals of haggling and such, and trying to find a good deal, just not very good at it. Everyone tells her a price, and
Like
she's
the-
like, yep. Okay.
That seems reasonable.
That seems perfectly reasonable. Mac surprisingly manages to start finding a few people to kind of weed out like the really obtusely expensive people who are charging. I mean, the average price for a canister, like a filter and a canister situation for a mech, is about 1,000 credits for one.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are charging as high as like 3,000 each, which is a lot. But they know they can count on one thing, and that is you aren't going anywhere without one.
Exactly.
So, unfortunately, that kind of does push up prices, and skimmers in general have a habit of basically charging double what it should be, if not more.
Especially with people like Dottie who are just like, okay.
Yeah, okay, 4,000 each sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Bo, I guess from like years of getting like selling crops and buying in things to grow those crops and like all of the equipment you need and stuff, must have some sort of surprisingly capable. You're just surprisingly capable at bargaining, I guess. And you narrow down to about 3 people. There's one guy near the north exit to the whole sort of dome situation.
Is that the one that we came in?
The
Or-
other one. The one
It's
opposite.
the one next
There's
to the
only
burger
one
truck.
in and one out. It's basically like a single road town for the most part.
No.
So
Although
it's the
there
one
are
next to
little
the burger
alley-
truck.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. And he's like, I can do them at 2,000 each. 2,000 each. And this guy's got like cybernetic eyes and one hand that just seems to have lots of little extra fingers coming out of it, and he's fiddling with a bunch of credit chips. 2,000 each.
How about 1,000 and then equal rate in coffee, which I'll send back,
Make a
and
persuasion
he will
check.
be the only one who has it.
Max just surly in the background. Just,
Yeah,
that's
I mean, you haven't-
ridiculous!
You haven't seen much coffee here yet, actually, so make a persuasion check.
2.
2. Okay.
How dare you charge that much? It's just...
1,500
Oh, those burgers smell good.
each. But
No,
Bobby,
the
can you
final-
stop
Mac. I'm just like, you could just see, like, there's like the vignette of Bo and this man talking, and then in the background you just see Dottie chasing Mac around, like trying to get her to not eat from the burger van.
Yeah.
It's like herding a toddler.
Oh dear.
I mean, I feel like if we debate any longer, she's going to end up eating something. Mac's going to end up eating something we shouldn't. So yeah.
Max either gonna end up eating something or is gonna come up and punch the dude. You
Yeah,
said there were
so-
3 people, though.
Yep. You've broken it down to about 3 people, so you don't have to commit to this deal. But he's saying 1,500 each.
What are the
Mine-
other 2?
The other 2. One guy was saying 2,500.
Okay.
Up to you if you want to try and negotiate that one too.
1,000 plus coffee.
I was going to say I'll make the generalized
Sort of standardized deal.
1,000 plus coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000 plus coffee.
That was another 2. And then I
Max
just
still
want
in the
the third guy
background
straight every
swearing
day.
at everyone.
He
How
said-
dare you overcharge?
He says, I reckon you need my oxygen more than I need your coffee. So
Have you tried his coffee,
2,500
though?
is my going price.
I'll skip on him. And
That's
what was the third guy?
ridiculous.
Third guy is probably the shadiest of the bunch. He's down an alleyway, and you're not 100% sure, but when you kind of walk into the alleyway, you can see that there's like someone's leg sticking out from behind a bin,
Okay.
and
Nice.
he's sort of standing near this person with a group of his presumably mates because they aren't fighting or anything. And he looks at you and goes, "Can I help you?"
Is that leg attached to someone?
For now.
How much are you selling? How much is he selling the oxygen for?
Sorry, he was going to be a problem if we left him alive much longer.
Is
How
he
much
dead?
selling?
Don't worry, sorry, forgive me. He puts this gun away, walks up towards you. He's got 2 cybernetic legs and his kind of curly red hair. He's wearing a bit of a hoodie situation, and he kind of ambles up and is like, I assume you're here to buy something, yeah?
Oxygen.
Oxygen, please.
Oxygen. 2,000 per canister. What do you
Do you
reckon?
have the canisters with you? Like now?
Not on me, but I can get them pretty quickly.
Why is everyone here overcharged for oxygen?
Because you need it. That's how they get you. And you look like the sort of people who can afford it, unlike these other people who live here.
My friend here is an artisanal coffee farmer,
I am.
and
Oh no.
no, the other one. And would you be interested in a shipment of artisanal Mars-grown coffee, bespoke, very very good quality, to bring that price down a little bit?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. One.
Okay. Nah, I have no interest in coffee.
What is
Save that.
wrong with you?
Save that for the
Why
corpo
does no one like
types.
coffee?
They love that shit. I got no need to be wired up all day long. I struggle to
Have you
sleep enough
tried
as
it
is.
though? Have you tried it though?
Yeah, I did once, and then I stayed up for 3 weeks.
That's why it's great.
That's dreadful. I like to be able to sleep. I already struggle enough.
You can like mix it with alcohol and stuff though, and like, you know, it doesn't have to just be an energy drink.
It can make a
And-
nice
and-
dessert, but it's not very good to sell here because the sort of people who buy it don't typically come here. People who need things...
You like tiramisu?
Oh, love it. Yeah.
I didn't have
Do
you
you
down
have
as a
any?
tiramisu man.
It's
I
lovely.
appreciate that.
Alright,
Do you have
fine.
any?
Oh, not on me, no. I ate the last of it yesterday. So, step into my office. He beckons you slightly further down the alleyway.
Okay, your office is this end of the
Yeah.
alleyway.
Yeah, slightly further. There's a door over here, and I have a room. This is
I want to
just...
leave.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 separate stages of office. This guy don't. He starts
Hold on,
kicking
there's in
his
the back
feet
office.
underneath the bin. Ignore this guy. Come on, follow me. We can talk.
Okay.
I'm not going to kill you. If I was
fo-
going to do it, I've already
I
done
follow.
it. I
Dottie
have an
just
idea.
follows, like, completely.
I have an idea. I need some stuff doing. I'll give it to you for 1,000 each if you're willing to do something that's slightly morally grey, let's say. I don't need you to
Where is
kill
the
anyone.
stuff needing to be done?
I'm not hiding that guy who's out there.
Oh no, I'll deal with him. Well, I won't. One of these guys will.
Where is the stuff needing to be done?
Well, there's a train station not far from the capital of Albemon's that I need some cameras planted on and a certain hack performed, if any of you are so inclined. And I'm not asking for you to kill anyone, because I don't need you to do it. I just need you to put someone in a situation where killing them could be easier.
You need someone alone.
You get it. The drunk one gets it. 1,000 each for the oxygen, and a little job at the end of it. I might even be able to pay you a little bit for it.
Do we get the oxygen now? We need it
You
now.
can have the oxygen now. You'll never be able to get there otherwise.
How much? Do we know how much of the tank would be used getting there?
And also, how close is it to where we're going?
I mean,
Yeah.
you on average, you can probably get about 3 or 4 days out of a full tank in a mech. Your personal suits tend to have a slightly smaller supply that can last about 8 hours. So it takes about a day to get to Whitbean, which is about maybe half a day away from the capital itself.
So we'd be passing through Whitby.
You'd be
Anyway.
passing through Whitbean on the way. It's up to you. He
Can we
says-
resupply at Whitbean?
You could do if you wanted to, yeah. He says, it's about 3 or 4 days out, so I will need to acquire a contact number to call, if you will. Besides, I like to keep my customers close
Alive.
and alive, preferably. And maybe we can talk about the coffee down the line. But like I said, I'm not asking you to do anything super shady, just a little bit.
Maybe talk in private for a moment.
Yeah. What do you two think? Well, what do you think, Dottie?
I'll step
Your
into
advice
my...
opinion right now, is it?
He steps back a little bit further and is like, guys, come on, give him some space, give him some space.
Going back into his other office.
They're all looking at you now, like from like about 10 feet away. Don't worry, we're not listening. We're just waiting for the sign.
We need the oxygen, and this is the best deal we've had so far. That doesn't require you to trade your produce for free. Going to Whitbean and then going to the city isn't going to flag up anything on my gravel, because obviously my location, Gravel's location is constantly being pinged to my supervisors. That isn't going to ping up anything unusual because going to the city centre and to Whitbean is perfectly normal. So in terms of whether I'd get caught for doing something like that, as long as we don't do anything really stupid, I'm okay with it, basically. I'd like to know what's on the train, just out of curiosity, but we can find out when we get there, or even to Whitbean.
Or ask. Yeah.
I think that seems like the best kind of solution at the moment.
What? Just ask him?
No, just doing the job. As unsure as I am about it in the grand scheme of things, it
gets us where we need to go,
yeah.
And it gets us out of here faster.
Mm-hmm. Wait, how long is it going to take you to get the tanks?
Maybe about half hour. He says he starts walking back in. Anyone want a cigar?
Oh,
nope. All right, fine.
Is oxygen purity a concern? I don't know. Do we need to be concerned? To think about whether they're giving us full.
I can assure you the tank is full. I cannot assure you of its quality. But it won't kill you. I can tell you that much.
We wouldn't want a pure oxygen mix anyway, so.
Yeah. We can clean the filters out when we get home. We can clean the filters out and then continue on.
Okay.
He gets it.
Cool.
Yeah.
You on board?
Yep.
Cool. Wow. All right. You must really need the oxygen.
I asked what your name is, and Alix said something about fresh air.
Jack.
Fresh air.
Jack.
Yep.
Got a surname, Jack?
Sweet.
Jack Sweet. Oh.
I can be really nice.
Yeah.
I'm only unreasonable to the people who are unreasonable.
Sounds reasonable.
I'm glad you agree.
Whose contact details are we going to give him?
I'm intrigued as well.
Bo or Mac?
Yeah, Bo or Mac.
I would say Mac because
okay.
Bo wouldn't particularly want to get his family involved in it yet if he doesn't need to.
Yeah,
Fair
Mac
enough.
is also most used to this sort of thing, so
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
That doesn't have Mac's name on it, does it?
He sort of pings you over his contact information, and you can do the same back.
Yeah.
Oh, what a weirdly long number. Nice. Not from round here, eh? Well, I'll keep in touch. Call you in about a day or two and let you know what's going on. Have a wonderful time with your family and at home and all that. I listen. Sorry, it's a force of habit. I'm not threatening you. I've really got to try and strike this balance between seeming really sympathetic and quite vicious, and it's a really difficult tightrope to walk. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
Generally, shooting someone in front of your next customer is a little on the vicious.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll throw in an extra tank. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Got to keep them sweet. Supply and demand. I supply and demand
is
a
there
fair price.
Is there a deadline for this job?
Yeah. If the train leaves without you, we're not really going to be able to achieve what we need because the next stop is the one where the guys I need to get on that train are getting on.
When does the train leave?
Train leaves in 3 days.
Okay.
You got time to hang around, see the sights, be a tourist if you like.
I think we've seen all Pit Stop has to offer.
Yeah, Mac. I'm just waddling off now.
One of his mates walks down the alleyway towards you and hands him a burger, and he's like, "Oh, I've been waiting for this. Have a good one."
Well, enjoy that. Goodbye, sweet.
Goodbye to you, sweet.
And yeah, I'm gonna stop Mac from going to the food truck.
Yeah.
Or
Lovely.
Punching someone.
Max,
Who knows
stop
what'll
picking things
happen?
up off the floor.
Who knows?
The gum on the
what'll
floor is
happen.
not free.
I think ending with "don't pick things up off the floor" is a suitable end for this situation. So, thank you very much for watching, folks. Thank you for playing. And hopefully, next time, we might get to see a bit of the home life of these 3 individuals, which should be interesting.
The old homestead.
Yeah, keep watching if you like.
Well, check us. Yeah.
If you like.
See you next week. Like, subscribe.
Positive
Hashtag
vibes only.
countdown.